Ciao ragazzi, welcome to the Sal-E-Boys Podcast Network. We're here, we have the same cast as last week, but we added another LaRossi boy. Andre's in the house. Say what's up, Andre.
How's it going, everybody?
Okay, we still have Kyla. Kyla's still here.
Hello.
And we have Michele,
Hello.
of course, and Sal.
Buonasera.
Buonasera. So, last week we talked about how Dad was able to open up the shop and he felt a sense of accomplishment when the Roma truck came and delivered
All my provisions.
all of his provisions. And you felt like you can do this.
Yes.
And so that's kind
That
of...
was a huge turning point.
Now-
To be able to place an order and have a truck deliver my stuff instead of me going down every single morning picking up a block of cheese and a sack of flour.
Yeah. So that totally felt like, okay,
Yes.
I can make it. This thing's going to work out. But I'm sure you had some struggles
Absolutely.
in between that.
Absolutely.
And we'll get to that. On today's list, we're going to talk about a couple different things. We're going to talk about, I guess we'll just jump into it. So,
Sure.
Dad, go ahead and tell us. You were talking about how Sal-E-Boys, when it first started, it was almost kind of like a hangout joint.
Yeah.
Would you like to so like your friends would come
Yeah.
by?
So we had seating for 22, and we had a mural on the wall, and I had a bunch of friends that loved to drink coffee.
Wait, the mural was like
Yeah,
literally graffitied
Who
on.
didn't someone do that mural?
Yeah, Mike and Jake.
Mike and Jake did it. I went to New York for the 25th wedding anniversary. I came back. They surprised me with this beautiful mural.
No way.
And it had like the Brooklyn Bridge and had this little rat guy with a
With
pizza.
pizza.
He had
Yeah.
gold chains.
Had the-
It
you
was
know.
super cute.
Right.
Yeah, it was
The
super
whole
cute.
skyline of New York City.
Yeah, in the
Really,
back.
really cool.
Do you have a picture of that? Maybe we could post that.
Yeah, we
We
do
do
have
have
a
a
picture.
Oh, that would be
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah, so look out for that on the Instagram. We'll
Yeah,
post
we
that
have a
photo.
picture of that, and you know, some of my friends worked for me. Some just helped me out. Some just came to hang out. So I remember the Kane's coffee guy. If you bought his coffee, they give you a coffee machine.
Oh, nice.
And it's one of those drips. You know, you put the water in, drip down.
He doesn't, I don't think
And
Like a percolator.
Like a big
he
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
drip,
a big
big drip.
restaurant style.
and you know, we made about 10 pots of coffee a day. Never sold a cup. Never sold a cup of coffee. Just kept making coffee, hanging out.
and the same guys would sit
Then
there
the old
and-
guys would come hang out. I was like a psychiatrist. Everybody wanted to hang out. The old guys, the young guys, the unemployed guys.
So
The
it's like
guys
a
helping me
clubhouse.
out.
So we've got red Formica tables with, I mean, it's so typical.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Red
classic.
Formica tables and then the black wrought iron chair with the red,
Yeah.
Pleather.
Right.
I would
you know,
love
like
to.
super,
We,
super.
Yeah, I wasn't
Sit
very
down.
busy.
Like not takeout though. You weren't because now
Right.
or most
Yeah, you're
recently
right.
you were takeout, but that was dine in.
Dining,
What were your
takeout,
hours?
And I had limited delivery.
Oh, so you had
we
delivery.
opened 11 to
In the
9.
beginning.
Yeah, open
In the beginning, how many employees?
Oh, just a couple. Mostly everybody helped me out. Just friends helping me out.
Really?
Yeah.
On
just-
payroll or just?
No payroll. Just,
Really?
You know, just helping out a friend get started. On the weekends, if I had a promotion, they would come and help me out. My friend Kenny, Vinny,
That's awesome.
my friend Vinny built more things in that place.
He's a
Without,
machinist.
without Vinny, the place would fall down. He built this table, that table, the walls, the shelves, the brackets. So it was really,
I worked there for a couple of days, but
Yeah.
we didn't.
it was
We
really.
didn't mix.
you
You
know,
guys
We
didn't,
didn't mix.
you didn't work well
we
together.
didn't mix well.
That's super
Rest
surprising.
in peace. Rest in peace, Joe Harris, who was a good friend of mine, police officer. He would help out, deliver pizzas for me on his day off. You know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
That's
had a lot of help from friends.
Honestly, side note, when we were like going through and cleaning up with talking about Vinny, literally everything that we were moving around,
Wait, back up. Andre was in charge of helping with the clearing out.
the clearing out. But yeah,
Clearing out.
when we were clearing out some stuff, literally everything Dad pointed to when we were moving out was like, oh, Vinny helped me build this. Vinny did this. Vinny put the table
Yeah.
on this thing. It was fun.
That's
Vinny
so funny.
sharpened the cutters. It was just like
Which,
so much help.
if we're gonna tie this into being an entrepreneurship podcast story, whatever it is, it shows that you need a good fan,
You need-
like not
It
fan, but
takes a village.
yeah,
Support
you
network.
need
Yeah.
good support.
You need
You
a village,
can't do it by
Your
yourself.
friends could be your best, your best source of business.
Mm-hmm.
but they also could be your backbone.
Yeah.
And in that case, they were my backbone. You know, we're a
Mhm.
shoestring operation. You know, we don't have a lot of capital, so you need friends to support you to get through.
To get started.
Yeah.
Was it hard to charge them, or would you? I mean, you
Yeah.
didn't charge for the coffee.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me just tell you, there was a lot of free pizza going on.
There's a lot of free lunch program.
Yeah, free lunch program.
A lot of free lunch program going on at Sal-E-Boy
Oh,
at that
gosh.
time.
Yeah.
But that's okay. You know what I mean? One hand washes the other. That's the way the world goes around.
We talk about lunch. When did you? We don't have to get into this. I'm just curious timeline. When did you do the pizzas for the school district? Was it during this time, or this was
It was
later?
actually Sal-E-Boy High School.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was, you know, yeah.
There was one school at that time.
It was
yeah.
all basically just Sal-E-Boy, and yeah, it was maybe.
Which is ironic because you used to sell it to the DECA teacher
Yeah.
who
No
was in charge,
way.
and Michael is a DECA teacher.
Yeah, it was
Full
the DECA
circle.
teacher at
A
Sal-E-Boy.
little bit full
Yeah,
circle.
around 85, 86.
Oh, you were doing it back then.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
the
yeah.
DECA teacher ran the snack bar,
Yeah.
so he used to.
So that's pretty cool.
86.
You graduated from Sal-E-Boy High School, and then you're supplying the pizza for
Yeah,
Sal-E-Boy High
for
School
long.
a couple years later.
17 years.
Oh, you did it for
17 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how was your day? Like, so you would wake up,
Right.
you would get there at what time?
Run
Very
out of the
early.
house because he had to have a cigarette.
Yeah. I would run out, light a cigarette, you know, get a coffee, run to work, light the ovens.
This is at what time? 7, 8? No, not that early.
About 8 o'clock.
Okay.
About 8 o'clock. You know, 7:38. Light the ovens, let them warm up, and then
Start making pizzas full, because Sal-E-Boy's wasn't open then.
No.
Like for customers, that was
That's all
strictly
wholesale.
for the
Yeah,
wholesale.
strictly for
Okay.
wholesale.
So you'd wake up, and that was something that you did all by yourself. You would make
I would
them.
make the pizzas, and then there'd be. I mean, later on, they ordered way more pizzas, so I would have somebody cut the pizzas as they came out of the oven, and then deliver them.
Okay.
But back then, I would
Well,
just.
cut them, box them.
Yeah.
You had a
Load
little.
'em.
You had a little chain
Yeah.
of supply.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is
In the beginning, you
crazy.
did the whole thing by
I did the
yourself.
whole thing myself. I locked the door, went to deliver them, came back, unlocked the door.
And then you got ready for lunch.
Work.
Lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like
And
pre-work.
lunch. Then lunch was 11 o'clock. Then the next shift was at 4 o'clock. It was basically an all-day deal.
Yeah. So then, what time would you get home?
Between 9:30 and 10 during
So
the
you're
week.
putting in 12 hours.
Between 10:30 and 11
Huh.
on the weekends.
So 12, 13, 14-hour days.
Yeah, on the weekends especially.
So-
His dinner was in the microwave when he came home.
yeah.
Would you stay up for him?
Of course, you stayed up for him too.
yeah,
I
This
did.
is before us. We're not here yet.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is-
okay,
We're
yeah.
still in
I
the
would stay up.
mid-80s.
Yeah, I would be waiting by the window, for him to come home.
And then this is, you guys are married at this point. It's the mid-80s.
Well, yeah, first he had the place before we got married, and then we got married. We got married in 1985.
Yeah.
Okay.
The kissing, remember the story of the
Mhm.
kissing?
Yeah.
That happened in 1980, December 6th. Then 5 years later, 4 years later, we got engaged. Then we were
Talk
planning-
about the engagement.
Because I
Okay.
think that's really funny.
The engagement was, well, we knew we were getting engaged. I mean, I picked out my ring. We
Oh, good
All right,
surprise.
She's going to the engagement story. Okay, the proposal sucked. I get
No,
that.
no, no. It didn't suck.
Is that what she's going to?
No,
I think
no,
so.
no.
She's
No.
very
Going to the
anticlimactic.
shitty-
is what it
shitty
sounds like.
proposal.
No.
Get to the point.
So we knew, I knew I was getting engaged. And I ordered him a ring as well. Like
Yeah.
his engagement gift. I don't know, whatever. It was the thing back then. So I ordered him a pinky ring, you know.
That said my name on it just in case I forget. It's a picture and it says Sal.
That was a nice
That's
ring.
cool.
It
That
was
is pretty. That is
I
pretty
don't know.
cool.
Where is
I
that
don't know
ring?
what you did with it, but apparently it meant a lot to you.
But it's a ring that says my name on it just in case I forget my name.
No, it
So
was
when
for
I get
everyone else.
when I get dementia, just say, Dad, look at your pinky. There's your name.
Anyway, he picks me up one night, and we're going out, and I have a feeling, you know,
This is good.
this is the night. And so we went, we did whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't even remember what we did that night. But this was, it's kind of, you know, this is where we used to,
Across the street, we used to hang out and park.
it was
The
like a
beautiful
lover's
view.
lane
Yeah,
on the
yeah. For
across the
those,
street.
my mom still hasn't figured out this is a podcast.
Yeah,
she
I know.
points.
I
You
know.
can't point on the podcast.
Anyway,
Mom.
Because everybody knows exactly where we
And you
are.
gotta tell the story, 1, 2, 3. We used to park across the street every night, right? So we go do spend the day in Santa Fe.
Wait, let her finish the story. Let her finish
Alright,
the
we'll
story.
tell the
Don't-
Are
story.
you embarrassed about the
No.
Why are you
But
being
tell the
so-
story.
You're being
Dad.
very defensive.
Tell the story. We parked across the street. I took you there and I proposed to you there. That's all.
He proposed to me.
It wasn't a big deal.
But I love that
Except that you got
story.
married, you engaged and got married. You've been
So,
married for 40 years.
the whole night, there was a ring box on the dashboard.
I just said open the
Wait,
box.
wait, the whole climax.
Oh yeah, shit.
Go ahead. Nobody heard it. Nobody. I'll blank it out in the
Okay.
audio.
So the whole night, the ring box was on the dashboard, and I pretended like I didn't see it. Okay? And then, because I didn't want to ruin it, right?
Of course.
So then we were over here in this, it was a very romantic spot, the mountain, the moon, the whole bit. And so he leans over and he tells me, open the box.
But see, no, that's like a
I know. Open the box.
like a guy, yeah, no, like a
Open
I
the
know.
box.
Open we're like a-
This is my
She took
story.
out the freaking ring. What do you want me to say?
Anyway, and I said, what box?
It's kind of like I got it when I paid for the dollar movie.
Yeah, I
Hey,
got it.
And
you're
she got
being very
frustrated.
defensive right now.
Oh,
It's a nice story.
It is a
Oh
nice
my
story.
gosh. it's my
Anyway,
favorite.
then he took the box and he proposed. It was very lovely. Clearly I said yes, and that was the end of that.
Did you say, will you marry me? Was there any kind of sappy...
I remember open the box.
That's,
That's
it.
it.
That's all you
That was
remember.
like, he had me at open the box.
That's so funny.
That's so funny. Okay, so...
But we bought this house over here because of the proximity to the proposal.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes,
I didn't know
it's
that.
very
right
sentimental.
across the street.
I didn't
We
know
couldn't
that.
afford that spot, so we had to get a
Right across the street, the poor man's side. That's the rich man's side, the across the street, no view, poor man's side.
Seriously, that lot empty was the same price. It was at that time 80, what, 80?
It was like 80. We bought the
80.
whole house for
We bought
80.
the whole house for 80.
Wow.
So,
Now
yeah.
they sell Suburbans for you.
Anyway,
That's crazy. Wow. Okay, so we were talking in the pre-show about how Dad started his business,
mhm,
and you were working at the hair salon,
yes.
and how they approached you with a proposal.
Well, yeah.
A different type of proposal.
Correct, different type of proposal. So, we were already married. I mean, we got married in 1985. 1986, I was already having a baby. That's, you know, I was pregnant, and then Geneva was born 1987. Anyway, I worked at the salon. It was a very, very top tier salon. Fantastic. And I was a big producer for them. I had the chair right in front of the salon, which is usually a prestigious
Mhm.
spot.
Yeah.
And so I was pregnant for Geneva, and they asked the owners, the husband and wife, asked us to dinner. We went to dinner, and after dinner, they asked us if we wanted to buy the salon. They had two salons, and they just wanted to concentrate on
Well, I
one.
think they wanted to partner up.
Oh yeah, they wanted to be partners.
They wanted
He's
to
right.
partner up.
He is correct. They wanted us to buy in. That's what happened. But I was pregnant, and we already had a business, so I said, it's not gonna work. We just, you know, as honored as
Timing wasn't good.
the timing
Yeah.
wasn't good. I was so honored.
Even though that was your passion and everything.
It really was my passion, but I couldn't be a new mother and be a good wife and support him in his business and own my own business.
Yeah.
So I knew that, you know, it wasn't going to be a good combination, so I passed.
You guys are gonna stretch yourself too thin.
Yeah, we would have been divorced for sure. So anyway,
No, that would be really hard.
yeah. So
And not making a lot of money. I mean, he's a startup. You would be kind of.
I know it's weird to say, but at salon, at that time, I was making more money than he
Yeah,
was.
she was.
Because you had you have revenue and
She was
all
the
your
breadwinner.
expenses.
She
I
was the
was making,
breadwinner.
and you know, I didn't make a lot of money, but I still made more
Yeah.
than
Well,
he
you
did.
were still trying to get ahead and
Yeah.
trying to make money off.
So anyway, that was it. And then they sold the salon. I had Geneva. I took a little time off. I went back to work. New owners. I got sold with the chairs. So I went to work with them, and they were lovely, lovely people. And I just continued on in that way. I used to take Geneva in the car seat. She used to sit with me because I would go in late
Yeah.
My mother worked crazy early hours, so she would be done at noon. I would go in at, no, my mother was done at 1. I would go in at noon or 11, I can't remember now. And Geneva would be there for like an hour and a half. My mother would finish her day at work, come pick up the baby.
Wow.
We didn't have money for 2 car seats. I had to move the car seat every single day.
Oh my
So
gosh.
Crazy.
crazy.
So growing up, yeah, I mean, you
That was
guys are in your
we were
mid
kids.
20s.
No, mid.
No,
we were
early.
barely
Why, they're like
20s.
21.
I was
Yeah.
21 and he was 22.
Can't
That
imagine.
is insane.
Wow.
Imagine that, not even
That's-
having money for 2 car seats, having to change
Well, I don't
the
even
car
think
seat
we
every
knew
day.
that we should buy 2 car seats. I think that's how
Yeah.
stupid we were.
That's insane.
But, yeah, we used to move the
But all
car
the
seats.
hairdressers used to play with her.
Oh, yeah, all the
Customers,
clients,
the
everybody
clients,
loved
that's
her.
everybody played with.
Yeah, it was so nice.
She'd be in a little carrier.
you probably got extra tips.
Maybe.
Smart.
This
This
poor
poor
kid.
20-year-old has a kid already.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I,
Well, talk about how many people helped Dad. That, I mean, that ties into
oh
how many
yeah, it
people.
was. I had a great working situation. My both owners of the salon were fantastic and super supportive. I love them both. It was a great time of my life.
The so let's bring it back to Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Rumor on the street. I was talking to Geneva, our older sister, and she said that Sal-E-Boys used to have a softball team.
Oh yeah. So that was one way, you know, to thank everyone for helping me out. I offered to sponsor a softball team.
Oh,
So,
they were so cute.
We went all out. We had the
Gray
gray
uniforms.
We had gray
With
uniforms,
little
red
pizza
hat.
guy.
We had the pizza guy holding a baseball bat,
That's awesome.
and
So cool.
we had the old school trucker caps. And
Yeah, they were cute.
Do you have a photo of that? Because I would love
I
to
do.
post
Yes,
it.
yes,
Okay, so
yes.
What I
Oh
wouldn't
my
give
God.
to, I would love to have one of those hats. I want that whole jersey.
Remember
Okay.
the hats had to go thrown out
Yeah.
because we got a mouse.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
sorry, somebody left their phone on during the podcast.
But anyway, so we didn't even have a softball field in Rio Ranch at the time. We used to go play in Bernalillo,
Bernalillo Yep.
and
on the
it was
weekends.
on Sunday. It was a Sunday league. We go to Bernalillo, and we played ball. We were terrible. We could never win a game. Horrible,
But
horrible
they
baseball
loved it. They
players.
had a good time.
But we had a good time, you know what I mean? And the
You guys
girls
used to
would
eat
come.
breakfast after.
We'd eat breakfast.
Are
before,
those-
sometimes
Are
after.
those all the same? And the people on the team, those are all the same guys that would hang out, have coffee. Those
Yeah.
same guys that would
Yeah,
help you.
same guys.
Yeah.
All the same
Uncle
And
guys.
Patty
then
was
some.
on the team. Kenny was on the team.
Yeah.
Vark was on the team. Who else?
Mike was on the
Mi-
team. Jake
Anthony.
was on the team. The other Mike.
Yeah.
So the whole
Uncle
crew.
Tone.
We can't
yeah.
use last names, but you know who you are.
Uncle Tone, unless you passed away. Anthony Medina was on the team. Rest in peace. Actually, Joe Harris, rest in peace. He was on the team
Yeah.
too for a short time. And we
So
did
all
that
your
for
guys.
a few years.
All the guys that helped you with pizza, like
Yeah.
you said.
Yeah, it
give
was
back.
nice. You know, we had a good time. And then one day, Geneva was born. I think it was maybe the second or third year that we had the team. And
How old was she at the time? Was she a baby?
she's a baby. She was maybe 3-4 months old. And I'm pulling out of the driveway. It's a Sunday. And I had a half a day off. I would take a half a day off Sunday, half a day off Monday. We opened at 4 on those days. So on Sunday, Monday we'd open at 4. So I had a half a day, you know, each day. And I'm backing out of the driveway. And I'm looking at Mom with Geneva in her arms. And I thought to myself, what are you doing? You'll have a half a day off and you're going to go play with your friends? And I pulled back in, I quit the team. I never showed back up. I never went back to the team. I just quit the team. I quit my own softball team. I didn't tell anybody, I didn't let anybody know. I just stopped going.
Oh,
And
That's
that was
crazy.
it.
So that was, it's just crazy. Like for this podcast, I almost want to like title it or label it as like just you guys growing up, like
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
me-
maturing. Like there's certain things in your life that just force you to mature so
Well,
much
I
faster.
realized that, you know what I mean? Am I going to be selfish? I have a wife, I have a kid, I'm never home, I'm always working.
Yeah, it was a rough time
It just
for
wasn't appropriate for me to go have free time, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And not be with my family the little bit of time that I had. So
me. It was.
that's why I never took trips. I quit bowling, I quit hunting, I quit camping, I quit everything. And the time I had off, I devoted to my family. You know.
Yeah, that's
Once in a while, Mom will let me out for a drink with my friends.
Yeah, I get to let him go.
That's awesome.
It was hard. It was hard. I was 21. I was 20 when I got married. 21. I was pregnant. I couldn't even drink for my 21st birthday because I was pregnant. So all my friends were out doing fun things, and I was stuck. I felt stuck, home, waiting.
For it, yeah.
I was like always waiting for him, and it was really hard. It was a very big sacrifice, but we figured it out. It was definitely a paradigm shift. I had to make a decision because I knew that I didn't want to be single mother, 21 with a baby. Because it could have definitely went in that direction. We could have easily got divorced because it was not a fun time for us.
Mom called me 15 times a day. And I say, I'm busy, I gotta go. I'm busy, I gotta go. I'm making dough, I'm making pizza, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I mean, sometimes we could talk, but most of the time,
I mean, like
it
you
was
said,
a bad
it's
time.
just
You know what I mean? It was just me, so I had to
know,
go.
but I was just me.
And she's there. I could hear the disappointment in her voice, she would get disappointed,
Yeah.
Like I wasn't doing it intentionally.
Of course he wasn't doing it. It was all
hard
for
for
the,
her
it was all for the greater
Yeah.
good. That's just, like we had a plan that we were gonna forge forward, and the family was the focus, the pizzeria was the focus, and we had to figure out how to make it work.
Forward it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a good point too. That like there's always people have these end goals, and it's so important. But people always forget that the road towards the end goal is very difficult. And like that's something that you guys just show. Like,
and you have to make a daily decision.
and you have to always reevaluate and recreate the mission to get towards that end goal. And you guys definitely did that. And that's awesome.
That was Andre. People say that we sound the same on the podcast.
They do.
That was Andre's
On
question.
the phone, everything.
They sound the same.
That was a good point. That was very good.
Luke sounds a lot the same too.
I know, but unfortunately, we haven't get to her.
No, he doesn't really.
He doesn't like being on the podcast.
Luke doesn't like to speak, period. Luke was 5 years old before he started talking.
So I do actually. It's funny that we're Luke because we were talking a little about Fridays. You wanted to get married on a Friday.
Correct, and I was not allowed. He was not having it. No.
Why?
The anniversary, let me go back. The anniversary of the kissing, the movie date, was so 5 years later. It landed on a Friday, and I wanted to get married on that day, and he's like, "No, that's busiest day of the week. We can't get married on that day."
I mean, it was 1985. Theoretically, I was in business a year.
Yeah, that's true.
So I took over in '84, right? So I'm like,
You can't
I
afford.
mean, but he couldn't afford to take the weekend
So
off.
one day, you pay the rent.
Yeah.
The only day that you're really profitable.
Okay, so we went to
And I'm like, we're not getting married on Friday. We'll get married on a Saturday or Sunday or
Well,
Monday.
it was supposed to be a Saturday. We went to the place. We found a venue we liked. They didn't have the Saturday open, but they did have the Sunday. So we got married on Sunday.
How was the wedding?
Fantastic.
But you know what?
Oh my
You
God.
know what? I've been paying for it ever since. Because now she gets a gift on the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday. It's the 3 days of the anniversary.
Oh, because you got the day of the kissing, you got the anniversary.
Well, she got the official day, which was the 6th. But we got married on the 8th.
Right.
So she gets a little something on the 6th, something on the 7th, and then the big thing on the 8th. Because I've been paying for it. I've been paying for it forever.
Anyway, so we did get married on a Sunday. We thought it'll be great. People will go home. Nobody ever left. We got married at 2 o'clock at the church,
Yeah.
and people did not leave the reception till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
12 hours.
They stopped serving booze because it's Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah.
So they
that's
stopped.
right.
We had to
Stop
pay the
early.
DJ overtime.
Yeah.
Oh,
But they still
yeah.
stayed.
I know,
on
it
a
was a
Sunday.
best wedding. Nobody, I
We
mean, had
missed
so
we
much
missed the
fun.
plane the next day to go
Yeah.
for the honeymoon.
We missed the plane.
Yeah. PSA Airlines. We slept in and we missed the flight.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great. Oh, what a great day.
Yeah, we partied so late. that we missed our own flight.
I did not know that.
And you guys are theoretically, you guys are like kids still.
We
Because
were
Not
kids.
yet.
21.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is a good story. In New Mexico at the time, 21 was the drinking age. I was 20 when I got married. But at the time, the law was you could drink with your legal guardian.
So we used to bring the marriage certificate.
technically,
I was mom's legal guardian.
once you're married, your spouse becomes your legal guardian if you're underage.
Which is
I
crazy.
swear.
That is crazy.
And we
Place
used
to
to bring
bring-
the marriage
yeah.
certificate so
Can
we
you
could go out.
imagine? Oh my gosh, that is so
Swear, that's true.
Oh my
Yeah.
Crazy.
I raised your mother. Since she's 15, I had to raise her.
So you want to get married on Friday. The reason why how Luch brought it up is Luch was born on a Friday.
Well, Geneva first.
Oh yeah, then I paid dearly for the rest of my life.
So when I was pregnant for Geneva, I feel like we're jumping around, but anyway, I was pregnant for Geneva. Comes around April 10th. I was 6 days late. Now, if you've met a pregnant woman who's 6 days late, it's not fun. You want to have that baby. So I went to the doctor that day, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you can go straight."
That morning.
He's like, "This is it."
He's like, go next door. The hospital's right next door. He goes, go next door. I'll induce labor. And I'm like, shit, I'm not prepped. I'm not prepped.
I hasn't made the dough.
My
for the
first
day.
employee is coming in at 4 o'clock.
So
I
wait.
had no employees at that time. My first employee is coming at 4. So I looked at him and and I says, Doc,
Doc,
is there any way we can hold off on this? I gotta go prep the pizzeria.
So wait, I'm like this in the stirrups, and he's telling him.
He's like, yeah,
they're
no
having
problem.
a conversation about.
He used to come, he was one of my customers. He's like, yeah, go take care of whatever you gotta take
like,
care
she's
of.
fine,
When you're done, come in.
Seriously. So he drops me off home. I'm technically in labor at home at the house.
And I went
Wait,
to prep.
it gets better.
I'm
This
cutting
is
cheese,
all
really
day.
frantically cutting cheese.
But he did call me every like 15 minutes. Just to
I'm
check.
making dough, I'm making sauce, and I'm trying to. My first employee is a high school kid. His name was John, and he had a twin brother, Joe. They both worked there, right? I'm trying to get a hold of them. There's no cell phones or anything. So I call their house, I speak to their mother. I said, listen, I'm not going to be here. I'm probably going to be at the hospital having a baby. But tell the boys everything's prepped. And tell them to just do the best they can.
Oh.
So I stayed till about 2:30.
Yeah. Then he picked me up. Wait, he didn't
And
pick
then
me
mom's
up.
like, you gotta come now. That's it. So I locked up the store.
Wait, he came home and made himself frittata. So they had eggs and asparagus. Wait,
I didn't have a
swear.
chance to eat.
He made himself. I'll never forget it. Never. So he made a frittata,
Oh gosh.
packed his stuff. We took
Oh God, let's
pictures,
go tonight. Take
and then
a
we
picture.
went to the hospital. Meanwhile,
But theoretically, you weren't like technically in like labor.
No, I
labor.
wasn't.
That kid didn't come till 5 o'clock the next morning.
she wasn't born till 5:30 in the morning.
The
So
next
we went.
morning.
So you could have stayed on work.
I could have worked all night. I could have worked all night.
Oh my god.
Anyway, then fast forward 4 years,
Yeah, therefore.
I'm pregnant again.
Carlo, Friday night again.
Wait, it gets
Like
better.
I had the curse of the Friday night.
So, I'm pregnant for Carlo. We get the phone call from the salon owners, the new owners,
Yeah.
and they ask me to buy the salon again, for
The
time.
second piece.
Wow.
Second people ask me to buy the salon. I'm like,
I'm having 2 kids. How are we gonna have a salon?
2 babies, 2 businesses, you know.
But
stupid.
here's God's blessing. Okay.
So it was Friday
First of
night.
all, I was freaking out because I was like, how am I gonna raise 2 kids? How am I gonna support 2 kids? This is gonna be unbelievable, horrible. I'm gonna have to get another job, and so of course Friday night. Luch is born on a Friday night.
Well,
Same-
he's not. Technically, he's born Saturday morning.
Well,
but I
yeah,
was
but we
in
spent the
labor.
whole freaking night and
Because
Friday.
you didn't want to get married
So
on Friday.
same
that's why.
thing, and the same boys were working for me at that time.
4 years later.
And I said, it was starting to get busy. It was starting to pick up now. This is 1990.
4
It was
years
starting
now.
to really get going, moving. I just told the guys, just enjoy the rush, do the best you can, and I'll be in touch. We go have the baby. I go close up the drawer. Yeah, to date, that was the best night we ever had.
Up until then.
Up
that
until
night,
then.
when Luch was
1989,
born.
not
Yes.
Friday night,
So it's
September
almost like
10th.
God
No, he's
blessed
the
us.
14th.
Yeah.
God
He's
blessed
the
us.
15th. He's the 15th.
God blessed us. you know, with a successful business to support our family.
Right, because I knew that when they sold the salon,
She wasn't gonna go back
I
to
wasn't
work.
gonna go back. Well, I didn't know what I was gonna do
And
with
then Mom
2
stayed home
kids.
12 years after that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
12 years I stayed home
So it was on the backbone, the family was on the backbone of the pizzeria.
at that time.
Yeah.
But it was a sign.
like
It
you
was
said,
definitely
you
a
felt-
sign.
It was a
Right.
sign, it
Yeah.
was a sign that it was gonna be okay.
Well, let's end that with that because last episode we ended with "It's gonna be okay," and
Yeah.
this episode we're gonna end with "It's
Yeah.
gonna be
Michael,
okay."
it's always gonna be okay.
The roller coaster goes.
Well, you
it's
know
gonna be
it's okay. We need you guys to stop what you're doing. Well, keep listening, but scroll to the top of your page, press the subscribe button, press the follow button if you're on or not Apple. If you're on Spotify, press the follow button. Andre has this theory about Apple Podcasts about subscribing. Go ahead, Andre. What should they do?
You should subscribe, unsubscribe, then resubscribe. Then you should unsubscribe again. Then you should resubscribe.
Yeah, if you're bored one day, just keep pressing the
Do
button.
it back and forth, back and forth, back
and
and
we
forth.
jump up on the charts.
I know it seems weird that Apple doesn't figure this out, but it really does help the numbers a lot.
And we promise to deliver.
Yes, and if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and press the subscribe button for that as well. This was a good episode. This might be
Good
one of our
episode.
best. A lot of laughs, all that stuff. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Buonanotte.
Send questions.
Get rid of
Buonanotte.
Buonanotte.
Send
Yeah.
questions.
Yes,
Yeah,
at
questions.
anytime. We don't have to ask for questions. Just send them. Ciao ragazzi. Buonanotte.
Happy 4th of July.
Yes.
Yes.